Hi, it's Amy with Saratoga Jacks again. I'm excited about doing this video today. We're going to cover three things, and you'll be able to access it and watch it over and over. The first thing we're going to cover is how to get two meals off of one boil, which is awesome because you'll save energy and fuel when you're doing that. You'll get breakfast and dinner off of one boil. The second thing we're going to talk about is the different fuels you can be storing in an emergency. And the third thing we're going to be talking about is actually how to travel with a thermal cooker. Thermal cookers are the only way that you could really travel and have your food cooking while you're going, whether you're driving down the road or bugging out in an emergency. It's completely cool to touch on the outside, so you're able to take it with you wherever you go and have it continue to work. And that works also when you're on vacation. You'll save a ton of money if you're not going out to restaurants constantly with your family, which can blow your budget. All right, real quick, how I take it when I'm traveling is I call it the kitchen in a box. So and there is on our website, if you go to the blog under Cooking on the Road, you can actually get a good picture of this and the list of everything that's in there. I just have my favorite spices. I have a little cleaning kit, sanitizers, some scrub, and a scrub brush so I keep everything clean on the road. And then this is actually what I call my kitchen in a box. It has a cutting board, a knife, a spatula, some measuring cups, spoons, a can opener. Can opener is really important. And it's got hot pads. I love these thin hot pads from IKEA that are flexible. Love them. And one of the most important things is your thermometer, which we'll talk about that later. But all of the list of everything that's in my kitchen in a box. I got most of the stuff at the dollar store. And these tubs you can get just about anywhere. So I wanted to show you how nicely they stack for putting them in your car. So there's my kitchen. And here is my stove. It's just a butane stove. And it's portable in the box. Love these things. I think we sell them for like 20, 21 bucks or something like that online on our website at saratogajacks.com. So I've got my heat source, I've got my spices, I've got my cleanup, and I've got my kitchen. And of course I've got my thermal cooker. I also travel with this. It's kind of awkward because it doesn't really fit in the box really good. It's my strainer on the road. So other than this, I only take a couple packs of fuel and my little mini cooler as I go. I buy every couple days. So that's it for on the road. Let's get to how to get two meals off one boil, because if you're on the road, it's nice to have a hot breakfast in you before you check out of the campsite or the hotel and have dinner already going, so then when you go travel all day or play all day, that it's cooking as you go. Okay, now we're going to show you exactly what we would do if we were on the road getting two meals off of one boil. So Eden has got a Ziploc here, and she's going to write her name on the Ziploc with a permanent marker. Good job, Eden. Alrighty. And let's go ahead, sweetheart. You hold that and I'll crack the eggs. We got 2 farm fresh eggs right from our chickens. 1
fluffy chicken.
Fluffy chickens. And 2. Okay. Okay, Eden. What would you like in your omelet?
Egg.
Okay. Do you want green peppers too?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like any green onions?
1.
Just 1. Okay. How about some bacon bits? We get the real bacon bits, so it's real bacon, already cooked on the road. It's easy. How about some salt and pepper, sweetheart? Little bit. Whoa, that's a lot. That's Redmond sea salt. Would you like some pepper? Okay, we have some cheese too, but I do not put cheese in until it's done cooking. Why not, Eden?
Because, could you put it on that?
That's right. We put it on last because we don't want to be able to not tell. Okay, can you stop squishing it for just a second? I'm going to Ziploc that shut. Make sure it's shut. Okay, not very much air in it because when it puffs up and cooks in the pot. Okay, we actually get all of our kids to line up and make these. Woo, that's hot. And we can get about 6 of them in at a time. I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and we're going to turn the stove on high, and we're going to get that to a boil for a few minutes until the eggs all cooked. Wonderful. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm going to talk about fuels really quick. You can use any heat source you have to bring your meal to a boil. This is stainless steel. It's got a thick sandwich bottom. So I love what we're using right now. It's called a butane. Butane looks like this. It's good for using indoors. It's been restaurant approved. It's what caterers use. So in an emergency, it's my favorite fuel to use inside. It's also, and it lasts forever if you store it correctly, as long as the can's not leaking. The only thing it doesn't like is it doesn't like to be cold. So if your can gets cold, go ahead while you're prepping your food and just keep it under your arm for a few minutes to help bring the temperature of the can up so it burns more effectively. So I love butane. I also have used the rocket stove. This is what a rocket stove looks like. You take little teeny pieces of wood, twigs, grass, whatever you need to do to get them on fire, and then that little amount of fuel will actually generate enough heat on the top to bring your food to a boil. There is a windbreak ring that goes around this if you're using it outside. And so I love this because it saves fuel. You only need a little bit of wood, a little bit of twigs, a little bit of grass to get your food to a boil, so you're not wasting a lot of your energy off of a big wood fire. Another method that we use to bring our thing to the boil is just using it right on our stove. We've tested them on regular electric stoves, gas stoves, our glass cooktop, we use that for that. So as long as you have power, it's great to be able to use what you have. We've also used propane. We'll get the bottles of propane and use it on our camp stove outside. So any method that you have to bring it to a boil you can use, but you only need to boil it for 2 to 4 minutes, and then you can turn off your fuel and transfer it into your pot. Okay, I'm going to show you right now how I test it to see if it's done cooking. I go ahead and just give it a squeeze, and if there's any uncooked egg on the outside and the inside, it will come to the outside, and I just set it back in for another like 30 seconds. Okay, pause it. Okay, I just pulled this out of the boiling water. It's very hot. I'm going to show you, ladies, why men and Boy Scouts are so smart. Look at that. No egg cleanup on the pan. We're going to go ahead and, just for fun, I'll make it pretty. I'll put some more bacon bits and give us some tomatoes maybe on top. And oh yeah, we don't want to forget our shredded cheese. All right. Okay, so now that our omelets are done, I've got this hot boiling water. I don't want to let go to waste, and so I am quickly going to go ahead and throw dinner on. I'm using Bear Creek's creamy potato soup recipe. I'm going to use 2 of these for my big family, and I'm going to just go ahead and dump in and use my whisk. That's 1, and I'm going to throw in number 2. Whoops, I didn't open that all the way. Throw in number 2. Back up and get me dumping it in. Okay. Now I'm on the road traveling, right? So I've whipped this all in, and I'm going to now add to it all my stuff, because on the road I don't want to have to keep things for very long. Otherwise I might lose them if they spoil. So in goes all of the green onions, in goes all the green peppers, in goes all the red peppers. Oh, I just love bacon and potato soup, so in goes the leftover bacon bits. And you know what? I'm going to add 1 can of drained corn. I already drained it. Magic TV. I'm going to dump that in. And I'm going to dump in the leftover cheese. Now I'm going to stir that all up and let it boil. been boiling now for about 1 minute, so I'm going to give it 1 more minute. So it has a 2-minute boil. And then we're going to take it off and put it in our thermal cooker. And tonight for dinner, we're going to have cheesy bacon potato soup. So I might just pick up some really yummy rolls while we're out and about. I just want to add a little bit of cracked pepper. And I also happen to have some dehydrated celery, so I'll go ahead and throw that in as well, so that we have a little bit of celery in our... Now I've done a variation of this. This one has bacon in it. I could have easily put in a couple cans of salmon and some dill weed and made it into a salmon chowder with a corn. But this one's bacon, and so I'll tell you my secret ingredient with bacon. The secret ingredient is just a pinch of curry powder. It brings out the flavor of the bacon and the potato in the soup. Okay, so I'm going to put my pinch of curry, and I'm going to put my lid on. It's been boiling for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and I'm going to grab my hot pad because it's very hot. And I'm going to take this off, turn off of our fuel to conserve it for another meal and another day. Put that in, and I can eat that in 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours, all the way up to 8 hours. It will continue to slow cook and stay very hot and ready to serve for up to 8 hours. And use your thermometer that's in your kitchen kit to test it if you go past 8 hours to make sure. You just need to make sure it's above 145 degrees. That is it. You're now ready to go. You can throw that puppy in the trunk. We'll go ahead and let this cool for a minute and put it back in its case, and we now can go play all day, or we can drive all day and we'll have dinner at the end of it. That's it. I'm Amy with Saratoga Jack's Thermal Cookers, and we're redefining eating out. Thanks for the breakfast and the dinner. So since we're just at home, we're not traveling, where are we going today now that we have hot dinner ready to go?
Anywhere you want.
You better say that. Thanks, Jack.